Hey, welcome to another stream of Star Citizen. We're on the 4.4 live environment running patch 10753606 and we're just about to log in. It's going to be the changeover in the IAE in about 20 minutes time. We're going to turn off global chat because it's shit and going to get ourselves over to the Vision Center, which is a couple of shuttles. We're in the green circle habitat at the moment, as if you hadn't guessed, with all the green around. There it is, green circle. But yeah, we'll get over to the IAE exhibition. Basically, it's been Anvil today and yesterday, and today it's going to be Argo, Consolidated Outland and Grey Cat Industrial, I do believe. So anyway, why have we only got 94% health? Don't know. However, what are we interested in today? I don't know, to be honest. Let's have a look at the ships. So we've got the Argo Atlas, the Mole, the MPUV, the Raft, the SRV for Argo. For Consolidated, we've got the Hover Quad, Mustang and Nomad, and for Grey Cat we've got the MTC, PTV, Rock and STV. So it's going to be not a very exciting day for me personally. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be players out there that is going to be interested in some of the ships that are going to be available. However, it's not going to be a case of renting a ship and trying it. I might try the Nomad out actually. It is a slightly interesting ship that I've never had much to do with. It's always been on a bit of the pricey side for me, but I will take a look at it and maybe take it for a flight. See how quick it is. Yes, thank you very much. Really? Okay. Now, this morning I was just trying a few things out this morning. I wasn't doing any streaming, but I got on a shuttle, and has this been spent? It has been spent. Okay. I got on a shuttle to the IAE. Two shuttles arrived together. Why is it -5 here? That's weird. When the shuttles arrived at the Vision Center, the second shuttle collided with mine, although it was, you know, there wasn't any collision going on. It's just two shuttles in the same space, and it threw me out of the goddamn shuttle into the atmosphere, and I was falling through the atmosphere. You know, you can't make these things up. Why does events like that happen? It shouldn't be a case of shuttles occupying the same space as each other. But a lot of the time it is. And where's the clock? Where's the clock gone? Is it? Oh, right. Because it causes problems, obviously. And I don't know how long it's been a case of, you know, watch out what you're doing. Through no fault of your own. Oh, look. There's a shuttle there just arrived, so what I'm wary of is this shuttle gets to the end of here and starts going so slowly. It's not doing it now. It's actually travelling at normal speed. But it creeps along at a snail's pace. And then that's when the two shuttles... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, it's still going at normal speed. That's when the two shuttles collide. See that one in front? It just speeds out of the way. But this one crawls for quite a while. And I don't know why it does that. Maybe it's because it's close to the structures of the platforms. Who knows? Who knows? However, we'll start to speed up in a minute. Got a lovely hot cup of coffee to accompany me on this adventure. And it says Grey Shiv Exarga. I haven't flown the Shiv for 2 days. And this is the actual live environment. It's not the hotfix environment. Yesterday I was with Bad Cows and Thammers on the hotfix, and it was just fucking problematic. You know, these problems that CIG have got would be nice if they addressed them and overcame them, but they just keep coming back. Same old shit. You know, missing inventory. I do believe the inventory items going missing is a fundamental issue with the way that the databases are programmed, because these graph databases that they're using, there's no reason why it shouldn't work, but it doesn't. I think the more complicated and more convoluted the databases become, the more issues they're going to have with them, because difference between like an SQL database and a graph database is that graph databases need constant management and time and effort invested in them. Whereas, you know, an SQL database, once you set it up, it'll just run. And adding things to it, rows and columns and all that, is child's play. But graph databases aren't the same. They don't work in the same way. In fact, the way they work is weird. It's like fucking something like quantum mechanics. You know, there's no central core, there's no columns or rows or anything that looks understandable. For me anyway. I mean, I've never worked with graph databases. I've looked at them and I've seen the structure of them, and I'm thinking, how the fuck do they work? Maybe I need to speak to somebody who's an expert on them, but I see the results of them in Star Citizen, and even though it works, it's not 100% reliable. So I don't know, maybe whoever's in charge of managing them at CIG, maybe they're learning as well. Which would be unfortunate. For software on this scale, you need an absolute expert. Unless CIG are like, well, as long as you keep paying us money, you know, we'll just roll with it, and we'll make up any old excuse to pacify them and appease them as time goes on. Well, that's not really acceptable, is it? Unless you are continually and perpetually willing to let time pass for CIG to get things in order. It's been 13 years now that this has been in development, 13 years, and $1 billion, and it's, yeah, still not perfect, still not anywhere near perfect. And I get, you know, if there was a divide between people who were patient enough to allow them to take as long as needed to get where they want to be, and the other side of the fence is people who are getting impatient because too much time has passed and not enough progress has been made. Well, I'm with the latter, you know, because if I ever hit a problem software-wise, if I ever hit a problem I don't understand, and I did it, was it last year or the year before? I go to somebody who knows what they're talking about, you know, and I did that. I explained the situation. I said, right, I've got this, you know, MDA, multi-disk and device management is being taken out of the kernel, and I need to find another way of producing what MDA-DM used to do. And you know, what's the best way of doing it? And well, if it was me, I would do this, you know, because it's because it's supported, and it will be supported for a very long time, and that's the way to go. So that's exactly what I did, and in no time at all, you know, a few hours over 2 or 3 days. Well, no, it'd be about 5-6 hours. And yeah, we got it up and running, but it was a case of didn't know what route to take, and I wanted something that was beyond reproach, so it would never fucking break, and there wouldn't be any problems with it. And yeah, got there by talking to the right people, you know. So in my mind, if you've got a problem you can't solve, this isn't the first time it's ever been done, although a lot of people say it has. That's exactly what it is. You know, it's never been done before, and it has. And then they'll say, yeah, but not on this scale. Well, excuse me, but, you know, databases in any software, it's fucking 30 years old or more. You know, and before that you used arrays. Arrays held information, and arrays were limited. There was an absolute maximum that arrays could handle. And after that it just gets messy and starts breaking down. So you needed a better solution, and that's where databases came from. When I remember when I first got into the IT industry in the 90s, there was only half a dozen people in the United Kingdom that were SQL database programmers. And it was absolute humongous fucking money to get into, and yeah, very quickly people started appearing, crawling out of the fucking woodwork, and then it became sort of, oh well, there's loads of SQL techies now, we don't need to pay you this much money, we can take our pick. But when there was only a handful, you know, they were getting paid literally thousands and thousands of dollars a month, because they were the only ones that knew how to do it. It was really cool back in those days. and then came SQLite and PHP and all those, a plethora of tools to manage these SQL databases, and then all you needed to do was read the fucking manual, and you could do it yourself. Yeah, I mean, I knew a girl. She was a lady. She was she was from Pakistan. Her name was Parveen, and she was into SQL, but she picked it up at like 2000-ish. Very knowledgeable. Bit of a cow to work with, but she knew her shit. It was amazing. God. Got another few minutes before the changeover. In fact, just looking at the Mercury Star Runner paints, which CRG just added to the paint store, and I'm thinking the Silver Spark paint is the best, but it's still got all the yellow bits on it. Yeah, somebody on my YouTube asking if I want any logos, banners, emotes, sub badges, overlays, blah blah blah. No, I do everything myself. It's all very simple. I'm not somebody who needs any of that. But thank you. It's a nice offer. So it's just about time for us to change over. I'll give it a couple of minutes before I go in. And there was quite a flurry of people rushing in there. I'm wondering, what all the fuss is about. Because out of all of these, I really don't know if there's going to be any new ships. Yeah. I mean, Consolidated Outland The Mustang's been around for as long as I can remember. The Nomad was like 3 years ago-ish, something like that. Hoverquad, I can't remember when that came in, but I remember it's not old, but it's not new. Might have been a couple of years ago or something, around that time. Why am I... Oh God, he's just fucking crashed on me. Bastard. Right. So... There's an update. That's why. Alright. So it's a 5 gigabyte update. We'll just roll with this until it's done and then relaunch. I guess we're gonna have to re-log in and do everything we did before, but this is annoying. It really is annoying, so bear with me, and we'll try and get there. But while you're waiting, hit the like button, subscribe if you're into this kind of thing. I'm just launching again now. What do the patch notes say? Oh God, not a fucking lot. Is there any on Spectrum? Let's see. What the hell? There's another update. What the hell is CIG playing at? So there's 2 patch updates in the space of 4 minutes. We're launching again now. Whatever. Patch notes. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know what that is. Because it said update to 107.66 something or other. And we're still on 107.53606. I don't get it. Right. So let's excuse me, let's just log in. I think it was an EU server we were on when it crashed. So we'll log into the US server. They're usually a bit more stable and updated. We shall see what we shall see. But the patch notes, if they've been updated, I can't tell if they were updated. The live patch notes, release notes were updated 3 hours ago. But then again, so were the... Oh no, that was 3 days ago. So we're still, according to the RSI launcher, we're still on 107.53606. And I can't understand why I got kicked and got told there was an update, and then it hasn't updated to the new version. But anyway, we're still here. Weird. What the hell? It froze again then. Let's go to the vision center. It's now 8 minutes past 4. 1608. And the changeover is at 1600 UTC, so what have we got on? We've got dust up. We should be fine with this. I'm a unicorn. There is a lot of interest. So, what do we got? We've got Anvil from yesterday. We've got Argo. Argo Atlas, we can only see the legs of. I mean, that's just bad. Whatever. In it. There you go. And the Geo. And the SVSM, that it looks like a fucking land vehicle without any. Let's have a look at this. CSVSM. So it's the logistical lifeblood of any hangar or outpost operation. Move essential materials freely and easily. However, looking at this, it's got an open back. So again, you're going to be subject to people stealing it, I should think. That's the mole. MPUV cargo. These ships are incomplete. MPUV tractor. Personal transport. I've seen all these. There's a raft. And the SRV. Okay. Consolidated Outland, hover quad, And then you've got the Mustangs, which are like mosquitoes. We'll rent a Nomad. Yeah, okay, got it. And then Grey Cat MTC. I think that's new, but look at where the wheels are. I mean, why would you release a vehicle that looks like that in the rental terminal? MDC. So you've got MTC and MDC, Combat Anti-Air, and the MTC is Exploration Pathfinder. And then you've got what people call the Steve. All the wheels are inside. What's going on? And the Rock. And the Rock DS. Well, might take a look at it. And the MTC as well. Yeah. So on the map, let's have a see. Go to the other one. There's no fucking NPCs on it. So Argo. Do I see any Argo here? Yeah, in the main hall. You've got the raft and the MPUV tractor. Okay. It's really strange because I don't see the editors yesterday. Let's have a look at the MXC ships. Let's have a look. Grey Cat Industrial. So you've got the MDC and the MTC, but no MXC. But there's a Grey Cat MXC paint. And I'm wondering what the hell that is. It doesn't make sense. There is no MXC. So maybe it's like MX equals question mark C. If you're a Linux person, you'll understand what that means. Question mark is a wildcard in a file name. So if you are looking for a file and you know the file name and part of the file extension, you can use wildcards to search for it. But you've got the Pioneer, which is Consolidated Outland's exciting new Pioneer mobile construction ship at $800 fucking dollars. Jesus! It's in concept, and it includes, it's in fucking concept, right? and it includes 120-month insurance. I mean, are they having a laugh at $800? Let's have a see. The only package, you get the Praetorian pack, where the Pioneer is included. It's 15,000. That's not a. You didn't mishear me there. $15,000, and you get lifetime insurance. Otherwise, it's 10-year, 120 month, but they're out of stock. Wow. So if you've got $15,000 floating around you don't know what to do with, you can buy the Praetorian pack. Oh, it's incredible, isn't it? It really is unbelievable. Atlas. See, the Atlas is what, 70,000 credits? So I could do a couple of runs in the Salvation and well be able to afford to do that. I mean, I do love the idea of the Atlas. If you're doing a lot of hauling, then it's worth it. But if you're not, and you just need it now and again, you might as well buy one in game. Anyway, what have they got? They've got the STV MTC, and the MDC, and that is in Hall 4. So we go to Hall 4, which is over here. In fact, I'm going to look for some. Oh, what the hell is that global chat doing on? Still got the Salvation. There's a bottle on the floor here, and one on the counter here. Hello, darling. Hi, darling. Yeah. In fact, I'll put that in here. Stack 'em. Stack 'em and rack 'em. Or rack 'em and stack 'em. Looks like some more bottles here, so pick these up. Is any round the back? Well, hang on a minute. Not bad, not bad. That's quite a good view, but oh, there's some more on the good old counter. I don't know why people bother putting them here, but they do. And we'll go over to Hall 4. In fact, let me just put that in there. There's no more on the floor, is there? I just love, as a side mini game, I love picking up bottles and turning them into full bottles from empty bottles I've just picked up off the floor. Oh, here we've got the gangbangers. There's a few women surrounded by mostly guys. Hall 4. Here is Hall 4. And I'm going to waste time doing this rather than, it's probably going to take less time to run to the hall and look around these vehicles than retrieve them in my hangar. So this is the MDC. This is the anti-air support thing. So what do we got? No fuses because somebody's already stolen them. We've got a I don't know what that is, but never mind. And 4 gun racks. They look like size 3 gun racks, which is great. Let's have a look at the good old pilot seat. At a risk, because people have said this vehicle you get stuck in. So you can't turn the power on, there's no fuses, but if you could. It looks half decent actually. Yeah. Some more. Oh, here we go. MDC. It's got lifetime insurance, so yeah. Nice. Okay, let's get out of this. So I'm guessing you can't really see at this angle. You can't really see the gun on top. Yeah, and this will be the MTC. Oh, that's PTV. What's this? MTC. Hey, baby. You ain't got any Crusader badge on you, have you? It's looking better now. So this is like an Ursa, but it's bigger. I think looks to be as wide as an Ursa, but looks taller than an Ursa. And that's going to be for some storage, isn't it? Like a gun rack or something. They look great. They do look great. Very simple, but and why would you have a fucking sign at the back here? Who's going to be walking around the back to read that? The placement of this is strange, but anyway. Those are the rocks, the mining, and that's the STV. The open, yeah, not a fan of that. Want to be able to get in and... So isn't there any seats here? There's one seat. Enter remote turret seat. So let's see. So you've got a... So where do you access the remote turret? There must be a deploy. Yeah, that's good tracking speed. Yeah, it's lovely. Really good. Yeah. Wonder what weapons they've got. Am I now stuck in the seat? No. I thought I was stuck in the seat then, it wasn't working, but it is. That's cool. Right, so, not as useful as the Ursa, but then again, it's a military vehicle, so let's have a look at the good old... I'm wondering if you can enter this gun manually. Exit, lights on, deploy. So the best look you can get at this gun is the external view. Open exterior. Yeah, I can't. I'm gonna have to. I am gonna have to retrieve the thing in a hangar to have a look at it, which is unfortunate because obviously you want a good idea of what's going on. See, everybody's nicking the fucking fuses, and I don't know if that stops the ships from powering on. So have I got to deploy? Yeah, it's more or less the same. But different vehicle. We'll have a look at it in the hangar, see what it's all about. The mule. Awesome little thing is that. Love it. Love it. There's the hover quads. This is the clipper that everybody's so struck up on, but the Golem Ox, we've flown that. Wasn't too impressed with that. But where's the... There's no, like, drinks stand. I need a drink. Oh, you're going to have to go all the way back to near the entrance to get a drink. Oh, yeah, great idea. You look at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham in the UK. It's got, like, a bar on every fucking wall. So you only have to walk maximum about 100 metres to get a beer or a coffee or whatever, and it's strange. Strange. Right, anyway. Oh, we're gonna need a drink now, but what we'll do is this first. Pick that up. Drop that. 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 Pick that up. And it's just rinse and repeat on this until you get to the last one. The last one's slightly different. So drop that, pick that up. And then the last one you carry and swap it, and then carry a full one from a stack in your backpack, and it fills them up. So 7 empty bottles, now we've got 7 full bottles. Right, and we should be able to drink from these. Not with our helmet on, duh. Okay. And that is gonna be 3 bottles of Synergy that we've drank, and we're gonna also drink 3 bottles of Cruise. Synergy is better for hunger, Cruise is better for thirst, but each gives you a little bit of the other. Which is strange. You would think, you know, like a soup would be better for hunger than thirst. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. I was thinking about what Thomas said yesterday about immersion, and do you really want that level of immersion where you're doing it, where you're replicating everything in real life? No, in my book, because you might as well be living real life. Yeah, but you can't fly spaceships in real life. Well, you might as well pretend then. You know, have a walk around a park for 2 hours, pretending you walk into the starport, and then sit on a bench and close your eyes and dream about flying a spaceship. I want it to be fun. And, you know, living another virtual life in a computer game isn't fun. It's too much like the mundane fucking carryings on of real life itself. You know, you need to perpetuate something that's surreal in a way that it can't be done in real life. I mean, you could say, all right, Grand Theft Auto, you know, you've got to walk or drive everywhere or fly a plane or a helicopter or something. But then, you know, Grand Theft Auto is completely different to real life. And people would say, what's so Star Citizen? You know, you don't get to fly spaceships in real life, but you're doing Star Citizen. Yeah, right. But I'm still walking around at the same fucking speed and, well, you are in Grand Theft Auto. Well, yeah, right, okay. But it's not possible to walk absolutely everywhere. You know, if you're stuck in your hangar and the elevator's not working, you're not walking anywhere except round your hangar. If it was possible to walk absolutely everywhere, it would be much better in my opinion. I don't know, maybe CRG are going to bring it in fucking 30 years time or whatever, but who knows. But I definitely think there should be a way of you walking, even if it's a kilometre or 2 kilometres from your hangar to the station, say it's Seraphim, there should be some way for you to walk. You know, like Port Olisar had landing pads, and you walked from the landing pad into the station. Wasn't very far. But on these stations that have hangars, there should be the same ability to walk from your hangar to the station, because when the elevators break down, then you've got an option. And God knows they do. You know, New Babbage. New Babbage is the bane of all elevator breakdowns. It's the one that breaks down most frequently. And then I think next on the list would be Orison. It's a great idea, you know, you get in an elevator, like on Star Trek. You get in the elevator, Deck 9, and it takes you from wherever you are to where you want to go at hyper speed. But yeah, there's just something, you need an alternative. If they're breaking down so often, you need an alternative. And then I can imagine people won't care about walking 2 kilometres or 1 kilometre from the hangar to the station, but at least it's a workaround, at least it's an alternative for when they do break down. I mean, I'd do that. You know, I'd just have like, you know, these long arms that stretch out from Everest Harbour. If that was like half a kilometre, so be it. You walk half a kilometre from your hangar to the station. And it might take you 5 minutes, but at least you're not trapped or stuck and have to log out. And because it's happened to me, I've been on a really long looting mission or doing something of some significance, and I've got back and the elevators aren't working, so I've just unloaded all my gear anyway and logged out. This is going to be an NPC. Yeah. And I would guess it's a criminal NPC because they've got like a nickname in double quotes. So that was really weird though, getting crashed and then did 2 updates and logged back in, and I was in the same position as what I was in when I crashed. That's strange. Because it was like 6-8 minutes from crashing to logging back in, but it still logged me in to the same place. Right, have we got any more bottles here? Oh, there's a Finley the Stormwall plushie. Alright. Well, I must be on a different server. And I know from yesterday that I logged out of one server into another, and it was totally okay. That's Synergy, that's Cruise. Right. All right. Actually, what I can do with those is I can drop one on the floor, pick it up, and I don't think it won't allow me to do this. If I carry that and then carry that, it'll still be empty when I reopen. Yeah, because you need a stack of 2. So yeah, but that's fine. Hey, hey, oh, that looks cool. Hello, baby. Yeah, that's going to be empty, so we just carry that, and then we've got another full bottle, which is cool. So what we want now is the we've still got the oh, there it is, Nomad. Request delivery. And then, where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Retrieve. Small hangar. Thank you, Claire. Exactly, small hangar. So wait a minute. Is that it? Let me have a look at this Nomad. Let me have a look at the Nomad. Oh, excuse me. So we've got 24 SCU. It's got no missiles, no turrets. It's got 3 times size 3 weapons. And let me just see here. View offers. So you're looking at you get a 10-year insurance with the standalone ship, but you also get the game package, which is 6 months insurance at $90, and the standalone ship is like $75, $78, something like that. So yeah. However, it's got 24 SCU now. 24 SCU. If you're stacking it, yeah. So that's the pilot seat. You've got a bed. Induction hob. Got to buy the right pants for that. You've got some kind of bonsai hologram. And what books have you got? Dare to Dream, Journal of Imperial Economics, Step for Humanity, A Study of Political Discourse, Always Forward, The Lawmaker's Guide, and a collection of essays. Well, that's Dare to Dream, but anyway. What's this? Chart 56A, Node Reconstruction with Incomplete Data. Okay, why would you want to look at that unless you didn't know what you were talking about? So, components, toilet, open cargo bay, A. So you've got it. No appropriate item. I don't know what that is. Don't know what it relates to. The hell's this for? This is a weird ship. I want to exit ship. We'll bring that back. We will bring that back. But what I want to do is I'll get rid of this bottle of cruise for starters. And
welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Bring up the MDC.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the base visitors again.
It all takes a while, doesn't it? Right. Can I open that? Okay. We'll go power on.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Engines on. So the gun's up. Deploy. Deploy what? Lights on, engine on, exit, power off, no target, self status, retract, open exterior. So that opens all that, and I'm guessing if I close exterior it's going to close the door as well. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know why there's not two buttons, one to open one and one for another. So that is a good turning circle. Yeah, it's very maneuverable. It's only got 4 wheels. But how do you engine on, exit, lights on. Doesn't look like there's any way. It must be fully automated. It doesn't look like there's any way to hang on, we're still moving. Engines off. Doesn't look like there's any way to control that gun. But yeah, I can imagine if you brought a few of those with you to any location, anybody flying in with a ship would be done for, especially smaller ships. I wonder what kind of range it has on it. Because it doesn't look that big a gun. Looks more like a pulse cannon than a laser. But let's have a look at this. What is this? No appropriate item. All right. No appropriate item. So what the hell's they? Can't put the gun there. What the hell's this for then? I can place the pistol there, but your guess is as good as mine. Let's have a look at the MDC.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Sorry, the MTC. So store that.
Your vehicle has been moved. Please visit us again. Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
And where is it? Deliver that.
Your
Retrieve
vehicle
it.
has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I mean, my mate Bushy was going on about the MDC, and he was saying, "Oh, it's a low emissions kind of vehicle, whereas you turn up in an Ursa and you light up like a Christmas tree, whereas the
Welcome.
MDC was, you know, low output." So it says it's on pad.
Visit us again. Goodbye.
It fucking ain't on pad.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Store that.
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility.
Retrieve it again.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Is it coming up now? Yeah. It's basically the same vehicle, but one's got a turret and one's got an auto cannon on it. And, you know, different uses. I mean, this is going to be like an Ursa without the capacity of carrying 4 people. They're going to have to sit on the floor or something. But when you are deploying, what are you actually deploying?
Systems activating.
Yeah, it's a good turning circle. Now, can I access the turret from here? No, I'm going to have to sit in the seat, aren't I? Although, just a minute. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, so you can use it. Which I didn't get in the other one. Although it's weird. I mean, they're obviously military vehicles for a purpose, but you'd be able to, with it being armoured, come on. Fuel. You would have thought that was the fuel, wouldn't you? That thing there. Never mind. Close that. Little gimmicky fuel thing. I can't imagine the. Let me try and bring it up again.
To the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
The MTC. The MDC. Sorry.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
I can't imagine it being that useful if it's an anti-ship weapon. You'll be fucking dead before you got a chance to fire it much. Let's go have a look at this. So the gun's not deployed yet. Yeah, I don't get any
Systems activating. Systems.
crosshairs. Okay.
Systems activating. Systems on.
Just say guns all, gimbal, target status, no target. Right, okay. Seen enough. Yeah, the MTC would be more useful for my purposes, but it's going to be an attack vehicle. There's absolutely no
To the aSOC
point
vehicle retrieval
in
system.
using it for anything else because there's no space
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
for anything. You couldn't get a 1 SCU container in there. You might get a really small box like a 1/8 SCU or something, but what fucking good is that? So yeah, an attack vehicle. If you're in a team doing bunkers and you didn't have a ship that could take out the turrets, that would be useful. But then again, you might as well take an Ursa. At least with an Ursa you can throw bodies and containers in it. So let's take this for a spin. Is there any landing gear on this, or does it float perpetually? Even when the power's off? So if I... Yeah, there's no gear. I see one gun, where's the other two?
Welcome. Your journey begins now.
Oh, they're on top. Right, okay. Looks like it's got a tractor beam of some sort. So... enter remote turret. Yep. Tractor beam. So this must be your 24 SCU. Weird. Really weird. Exit remote turret Y. Okay. So we'll set Everest. In fact, no. We'll go Hurston. We'll set it for Hurston.
You are clear to head out.
Okay.
Launch complete.
And that is the gear. Oof, bit quick.
Thank you so much for visiting Orison.
You alright?
Visit us again real soon.
So it's not even... Hang on, let me have a look at the stats on this. So it's 205 meters a second speed, which ain't that great, but it's not a bad looking ship. It's just weird in the way that it, you know, Consolidated Outland produces the only ship that floats. Big ass fucking gun on the front of it. I really don't know what to make of it. However, let's target Hurston and
Quantum travel engaged.
see how long it takes us to get there. In the grand scheme of things. I'm not expecting it to be the fastest, but there have been a few surprises. In that respect. So, yeah, this is the International Aerospace, oh, yeah, International Aerospace Exhibition. Once a year, happens in November, and usually all the ships that are available are on display, but this year the format has changed and a certain amount of ships are on display for the entire exhibition. So the ships that you might be interested in, you can rent, but you can't look round them first. And obviously the new ships that CIG are wanting to sell are on display, and some of the old ships that are more popular. But I'm not a great fan of this year. I don't see it as laziness. I see it as corner cutting, because an exhibition should be an exhibition, and it's just it's more like an art gallery than it is a ship exhibition. I don't understand why they've done it, but I hope they don't repeat it, and I'm guessing they will. However, it is what it is. This is taking a hell of a long fucking time for a ship this size. I would have expected it to be much quicker than this. Much quicker. Okay, call that 3 minutes 30 seconds. 3 minutes 30 seconds for a trip between. Let's do the usual, shall we? A trip between Crusader and Hurston. Don't forget, the Shiv did it in 2 minutes fucking 12 seconds.
Quantum travel engaged.
And this is standard layout, you know, we haven't changed the components or anything.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
I like the noise of the engines. Yeah, good sound. And we are, coming in at a rate. So, see how quickly it slows down. That's not bad. It's good braking on it. Slightly too far. We'll call it a do. All right. So
Shields disabled.
let's take it up to about there. That'll be fine. It's still going fucking up. Never mind. Still on course. I fucking wish we were. It's like 26.6. Yeah, it slows down quite well. Right. That's about where we need to be. So we'll bring it down to
Shields enabled.
it slows down well. Good brakes. That'll do. So we're looking for the wreckage, and should be around here, I'm thinking. Yes.
Landing gear engaged.
I hate the glare. Aha.
Shield hit.
Not for fucking long. Where did he go? There he is. Right, I am guessing he's done now. Turn those lights off. But landing this thing might be easier said than done.
Shields disabled.
What? No, I want
Shields enabled.
right. Why? Why have I got wrong key? I know what I'm doing. I can reach that again, that's fine. But if I get shot at, I'm wondering why I've got... My health is like it is. It doesn't make sense. However, this guy's got some gear. He's not dead. Oh, he is. It's just that his gun's by the side of him. So where's the rest? I don't think there's any here with weapons. There's one in the sky. So we've got four bodies, three weapons. Sometimes it's just under the ground. Well, we know we've got his weapon, but I don't know where the other one is. just haven't got a clue. Oh, here it is. Can we put it in here? Yes, we can. Right. Onward and upward. Excuse me. Ah, fuck you. Putting me in a stupid position. Oh, nothing in there. Right. Get out of here. No, we don't want that. Right, should be able to get back in this, no problem. Okay.
Engine systems enabled. Launch complete.
Unless I can see, I'm not even going to bother looking, but I'm going to have a peek. No.
Landing gear retracted.
In fact, we'll put it in Judah, and while it's climbing, we'll go Everest. Alright. In fact, we'll put it in
Shields disabled.
nav mode. It's not that fast to accelerate either. It's not bad, but it's not great. So where is our marker?
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Fucking joking me, aren't you? Why give me that fucking marker if I can't reach my destination? What a pile of shit. I'm gonna have to fucking recalibrate this bastard. You shit bastard. So if I go OM6, it must be the other side of the planet.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Now that's where I want to be. So cancel that. Everest Harbour.
Quantum travel engaged.
Am I going to hit the planet?
Quantum travel complete.
So Hurston is 4.1. Everest Harbour is 3.1. So I'm not going to be flying through the planet. I can just quantum travel straight to it.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Well, that's relying on the distances are accurate, which I've never known them to be that wrong, but sometimes I once flew into the planet and we ended up inside Hurston, and it almost, I think it killed my crewmate.
Shields enabled.
But yeah, damaged the ship beyond repair, killed my crewmate, and I think I survived. But there's just one time that happened.
Thank you. And please visit again.
So where's the hangar? Bit of a weird ship. It feels like I'm flying a magnet. It's got that viscosity, fluidity about it. Like it's operating on, you know, kind of a fluidic magnetic kind of basis. Can't quite work it out.
Landing gear engaged.
Can I? Oh, yeah, I can. Right. Be right back, 30 seconds.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
All right, so
Engine systems disabled.
we're gonna. Hey, that's not right. Usually it's like 1,000 credits. How much fuel have I used?
Shields disabled.
Well, according to this, I haven't used any.
Shields
However, something's not right here. Because it's... What's it? Hey?
engine systems enabled. Engine systems disabled.
Ah. And it still says Grey Shiv Exarga. I can't get rid of it. I'm glad I flew the Nomad, because it's always been an enigma to me. Now, how many? 12 pairs, plus we're wearing one, so picked up the bloodline, which is always a good thing. Weapons, you breath, fucking hell. We've got 5 guns off 6 bodies. What else have we got? Purple. Anything else? That's it. What? So 3 bottles of cruise fuel, 3% of our 105,000 USCU. Fucking does, doesn't it? Okay. All right. We're good. We're good. Yeah. What do I need to do here? Nothing. I'm not a fan of this door either. Really not. I mean, it's pretty decent ship in a weird way, but
You are clear to launch.
Engine systems enabled.
right, okay, that's set. Oof, excuse me.
Landing gear retracted.
Thank you. And please visit again.
Shields disabled.
I'm going to time it the same back as well. Three, 1,
Quantum travel.
go. The fuck. You see, it's quantum fuel now is 1.23 out of 1.29. Apparently, when I flew there, I didn't refuel. I didn't go anywhere to refuel. But it didn't use any, unless those values are wrong, it didn't use any quantum fuel. Or very little quantum fuel on the way to Hurston. But it's using it now. I just don't like the cargo bay, where you've got to get out a ship of this size and it's got no door. to the cargo bay. Not that you'd need one, because you need to unload it from the outside. But it's a bit of a strange one. Unless you had like automated unloading or some method that unloaded for you, like pointing the ship upwards and letting all the cargo fall on the floor or something into an anti-gravity well. Maybe that's how they do it in these alien cultures, I don't know. Radar's a bit small as well. You can imagine you'd have to zoom in to the radar to bring it up to the same size as what it is in other ships.
Quantum travel complete.
Cooldown's not as bad as the Constellation Andromeda, but not as quick as...
Engage.
I can't wait until CIG get rid of these NAV and SCM, these, oh god, what do they call them now? You know, what do they call them on military aircraft? Operational modes, you know, where your shields drop when you need them most in quantum travel. Your shields drop for some fucking reason. It's ludicrous, fucking ridiculous. You know, you can imagine hitting a pebble at 3% speed of light as opposed to hitting a pebble at 60 miles an hour. There we go. And the pebble at 3% the speed of light would rip through your fucking ship. Whereas at 60 miles an hour, it probably just bounce off. So you definitely need shields at higher speeds. I do like the sound of the engines though. That hum, 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 hum. Sounds like a spaceship, if you know what I mean.
There we go. Thanks for visiting, Crusader. I hope you had a chance to enjoy our...
Shields enabled. Landing gear engaged.
It's a tough one to
That should do it. We'll be sure to look after your vehicle during your time at Orison.
Engine systems disabled.
to get the auto land to work. You've got to be quite precise with it. Okay. Well, that was the test flight that was.
Welcome.
I think it's really good, IAE, that you can
Your vehicle has been moved to
you can fly all these ships and try them out, but it's only once a year, and you've got to be there on certain days to be able to rent them. I think it would be much better if you you go to these rental places like New Deal or Astro Armada on Area 18. New Deal's on Lawville. And it would be good if you could rent a ship for like 48 hours, but only once. You know, once you've rented a ship, you can't ever rent it again until IAE. Because then that would cut down on abuse, because you get people like renting a C2 forever and making millions out of it, hauling and stuff. There has to be a time period on it. And yeah, you know, it'd be good if you could, or if they had certain offers on rentals every sort of week or month, where you could rent a ship for 24, 48 hours. And only certain ships, you know, like the A2,
Please visit us again.
you wouldn't allow people to rent an A2 so they could bomb the shit out of everybody, and then without, you know, sort of some limitation on it. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. I've done all I want to do. There's not any ships. I mean, I could test the MPUV, but that hasn't even got a quantum drive. I don't know what use that ship would be in any scenario. But anyway, I'm going to exit to menu. Tomorrow should be a more interesting day. Tomorrow is Crusader Day. So we've got the Spirit and the Hercules and the Ares, Ion and Inferno. The Intrepid, which we've already got in our hangar. We don't know why we've got it. The Star Runner. Also, we've got the Tumbril Systems vehicles, like the Storm and the Cyclone and the Nova, which is kind of interesting. I would love to take a Nova to a bunker and see how easy it would be to take out the turrets with a Nova, which is the tank. Might do that tomorrow. We've got some time. But anyway, that is going to be it. No, I want to proceed to menu, of course I do. That is going to be it. And like I say, not a lot going on today in terms of ships. There's, what, 200 ships now in Star Citizen, but we've still got these problems that need to be ironed out. New ones coming along all the time, old ones reappearing, and it's just holding everything back, you know. If you could nail these issues and keep them solved, then they wouldn't have half the problems. You would be spending a lot of time and effort on solving problems they've already solved before. But that's the CIG. Anyway, oh God, we've got a lot of Crimson. Explored IE 2955, it was fun. Somebody also randomly gave me like 21 million. I don't know what to do with it. 21 million? yeah, you can have a lot of fun with 21 million. If you are new to Star Citizen and this is your first IAE, it does look impressive. It used to be a lot better. It used to be much more interesting. They had a changeover of ships on display. And anybody who's new to Star Citizen wanting to get in the game, look in the description. There's a link to enlist, and that includes my Star Citizen code. You will get rewarded for using that code, and so will I. I'll get like 5,000 credits or something. So if you're interested in that, by all means, go for it. You've got to spend $45 on a game package. Now, there is one game package at the moment. If anybody was starting Star Citizen for the first time, I would definitely advise them to go for the Salvation game package. If you look on the RSI website, robertspaceindustries.com, and look in the ships game packages, you'll see the Salvation. Why? It's I think about $60, and you get 40,000 credits with that ship. So when you're starting out in the game, 40,000 credits is a great boost. Plus, you can go salvaging with the Salvation ship, and you can stock up on crates of salvage. You put 6 crates of salvage on the ship, plus you can get another 7 crates worth of salvage in your ship depot. Those 13 crates of salvage will get you about 60,000 credits. So it's a really cool little ship, and it's lifetime insurance, so you'll never be paying when you have to claim your ship back after it gets destroyed or lost. Really good ship, really impressed with it. So if you're looking to get into the game, that is my recommendation. Buy a Salvation game package, and use my Star Citizen code when you enlist. That is a must, because you just get rewards from it, and you might as well. You know, it's better than getting nothing, or it's better than a kick in the ass. Anyway, that's going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day. Take care of yourselves. Until next time, goodbye for now.